Hi, I'm Curt Frye, and in this movie, I would like to give you an idea of how to work with data that you import into Microsoft Excel. And the idea is that you have data that should be arranged as a table, that is in rows and columns, but in fact, as you'll see from A3 to A17, has arrived as a single column. So our goal is to wrap the data around after a certain number of values to put it into either columns or rows. And which is which will require you to know a little bit about your data. So I have 15 values over here, and then I have two areas to store the data. Both of them have the same outline, except I'm going to arrange the data in two different ways. So let's see how that works. I'll start out by clicking in cell D4, type equal, and I want to wrap based on columns. So the function I'll use is wrap, COLS, then a space. The vector is the data that I'll bring in. So that is A3 to A17, then a comma. And the wrap count is the number of values that go into the column. So we want to wrap to a new column after a specific number of values. And for that wrap count, I'll have 5. I have 15 values, but I'll put in a pad width value anyway after a comma. And pad width is a value that gets added when you don't have data to fill out the entire column. In this case, I'll just do a 0, although we won't use it, and then type a right parentheses and enter, and the data spills in. And if I look at the original structure of the data, my first 5 values are 355, 435, 288, 444, and 271, and those correspond to the values in the first column. Now, if we look over at wrap rows, as you might imagine, this will put a specific number of values in an individual row before moving on to the next row. And in this case, instead of having 435 in the experiment 1 batch 2 slot, we're going to have it in experiment 2 batch 1. So this is based on our knowledge of how the data is laid out. So I'll click in cell I4, equal, wrap rows, same vector as before, A3 to A17, then a comma. Wrap count, I want 3 values per row, so I'll type a 3, then a comma. Pad width again will be 0, and right parentheses and enter, and the data has wrapped around. And as you can see, the value for 435 is now assigned to batch 1 experiment 2 instead of batch 2 experiment 1. So again, it all depends upon how your data is laid out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it and subscribe to my channel.